Hello and welcome, my Rudolph and macaroni and cheese nose reindeers. How you doing in this wonderful day? It's your friend Chris here. And I've got a sort of a weird video idea for you guys. First of all, we are playing on medium on another brick because I don't have the metal for it yet. So I decided that I should probably get the metal for this thing. I'm going to use a Dora over the corner here, hopefully. Hopefully this all goes according to plan here because her range looks like you can't reach over here. So this is not... Oh, we can reach! Wonderful! Even freaking better, man. I think she might get some more range over time, which will make it even better. But for now, just know that she's freaking good right here. Today is going to be all about these wing monkeys right here. The pigeons. No, not really. It's going to be about... Oh, no, you can't see the other side. Oh, at least not yet. That's okay. That's okay. No big deal. Let's wait until we get a little bit more money here before we start talking about them wing monkeys. Alright guys, we've made a lot of money in these past few rounds here, and now it's about time to get real. Anyways, we're going to try something a little bit weird. We're going to get 4 different monkey aces here. And now I realize that these are not perfect positionings, but rather just a normal position on a map like this. A spot where we might actually put a monkey ace. The reason why we're going to build 4 of these is because we want to have, there's 4 different paths that a monkey ace can take. So what I'm going to do is make sure to not start the next round so I can build my 4 monkey aces in between the round, start with the same amount of pops on every single one, get 4 different things that these guys are going to go on, 4 different pathways that they're going to go on. So let's see, we got 1. It's a hockey for these bad boys. We got 2, we got 3, and we got 4. So again, not perfect positioning, but like a realistic way that we might throw down the monkey aces on our screen. We're going to make this one a wing monkey pathway. We're going to make this one a circle pathway. You know, let's make this one the circle pathway. It's kind of right in the middle of the map here. We're going to make this one a figure infinite, so we can still kind of go where the balloons are going, and we're going to go with this one as a figure 8. All right, so that means we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 different pathways that these monkeys are going to be going on. These are all base monkey aces for now. And this is what we kind of want to test out, or at least start off testing out. After maybe 10, 15 rounds, we're going to go back and sort of check these guys out and see where we're at, and then we might switch into some different types of monkey aces and kind of see where we can go from there. That's where it's going to get really interesting. To this point, though, it's kind of just almost pure randomness. Are they going to be that much more effective just by flying around in certain ways? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I can tell you that what I think in the back of my head, what I'm thinking is that wing monkeys makes the most sense to get you lots of pops, because obviously it's supposed to fly closer to the balloons. He's actively going in a certain way that will make him more efficient. So you would think that he would be better because of that. Abso-frickin-lutely. And we're going to see if that actually plays out in real life here, man. So... let's look at the pop count for now. This guy's only got 100, 112, 70 only for the figure 8 over here, figure infinite, which, again, is in a slightly bad position, I'll admit that. But Wing Monkey at a whopping 175 already. Almost double some of these other guys, man. Woo! Now that is freaky. All right, so far, Wing Monkey looking expert level. If you can double the amount of pops your monkey ace is getting with just a single path change, well, I think 100,000,000,000% that you should be doing that every single time. So I think the most common pathway that people are probably going with their monkey aces is going to be the top path. So we're going to go for rapid fire, loads more darts, and fighter plane on all 3 of these guys. All right, there's a lot of money, so it means we're going to have to sell some of our farms already. Holy crap. And we're going to leave it at that for now. All right. Actually, you know what? Yeah, well, we're going to leave it at that for now. We might end up going for some camo detection for round 42, though. This will also help us out against the Moab Plus Bloon as well, to kind of just see where we're at here. But one thing you got to keep in mind with all of these is that they should just be generally popping a few more balloons, or even kind of almost... Ooh, look at that Moab popping power. That's pretty awesome. Or even kind of like exacerbate the differences between them. We should see a bigger difference now if they were getting more pops already. Though, sadly, not going to pop all the balloons on round 40 there. Even with 4 kind of good fighter planes. Kind of interesting. So we're going to see 684, 730, 630, all fairly close. Even our figure infinite, which was one of the worst before, is now doing a little bit better of a job. Don't really know why, but this guy with a whopping 1,106. So very similar between all these 3, but then one outlier, the Wing Monkey, seems to be absolutely dominating right now. Very, very interesting play. So now, at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do another set of monkey aces. We're going to do, ready for this, guys? We're going to do, I think it's V. Oh, you know what I want to do? Let's get spy planes on all these guys, just so we can get that extra camo detection. Then we're going to go for 4 more monkey aces over here, and because I'm going to keep them like right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Their pop count should be pretty similar. I mean, he was around for like an extra second or whatnot. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go 1 on circle path. Let's make this one the circle path. We're going to go 1 on figure 8. Let's make this one the figure 8. We're going to go 1 on figure infinite. And then this will be our wing monkey here. So now we've got all 4 of the different types here. And now we're going to see which one of these guys is going to do the most pops. But this time around, we're going to go for bottom path monkey aces and see how much of a difference it's going to make here. Now, please keep in mind that all of these things obviously have a lot of just different discrepancies that could arise here. And this may not be a 100% perfect example. We're not doing a sandbox test. We're doing a real-life example test. What's going to actually happen in a real game, what we might actually see. In a sandbox test, you don't actually get that accurate of information usually. Usually, it's kind of wrong. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and what we got to do is, sadly, we got to slow these guys down and go back to what we were doing before. So this guy was the wing monkey. This guy was the figure infinite, and this guy was the figure 8. I'm fairly certain, hopefully. And then I'm also going to go for the rapid fire loads more darts, rapid fire loads more darts, rapid fire loads more darts, and rapid fire. And sadly, taking an extra second to get here. Not a perfect example. Holy crap, Chris. Load more darts took us an extra second to get there. But now we're going to wait out a few more rounds. I don't want to just do it right now because we've had a lot of changes happening recently. I want to see what's going to happen in 5, 7, 8, 10 rounds. How are those numbers going to actually add up? But what we can check in the meantime is our bottom monkey aces over here. Figure 8, 1600, 1600, 1300. So far, the figure infinite has been the weakest, but it could also partially be that he's kind of the furthest away from the action right now. So that might not be all that representative of what actually happens in a real game. If we're able to, for example, put this monkey ace right in the middle of the map over here, then he would be perfect. Sadly, you cannot put the monkey ace on top of the brick wall here, even if you remove the pigeons. Even if you remove the pigeons, it'd be amazing if you could put stuff down here and have the pigeons be gone. But no, that is not the way it's going to go down here, guys. All right, camera detection-wise, we are about to lose, so let's do something about that. Let's make sure we don't lose. Let's get a freaking ninja over here. Let's throw in a quick alchemist as well, so we can power these guys up a little bit. Get them taken care of. And then, actually, instead of that, I think what I want to do is I want to try and get the balloons all over the screen as much as I possibly can. So I think I'm better off going for like something like this instead. So let's get rid of both of these guys, all 3 of these guys. We're going to go for a really nice spiked mines in the back. Now, this is going to keep the balloons kind of all over the screen as much as we possibly can. And hopefully those spiked mines in the bottom will keep us alive even if things get crappy. Maybe even round 63 we can hopefully survive here. Hopefully. All right, so let's look at the numbers one more time here on the bottom before we go back up to the top and kind of see where we're at. So again, 2,000, 2,500, 2,150, all very similar numbers between all 3 of these guys, and the wing monkey at a whopping 4,400. Now what I'm doing here is I am buffing these guys, but I'm buffing all 4 of them, so it shouldn't be a big difference between all of them. And now we can look at the numbers. So the figure infinite has been around for quite a while here, 1,700, not much. Okay, well, that's why I totally screwed up. This guy is not a never miss targeting monkey ace. All right, so we're just going to completely obliterate that one. The figure infinite does not count. It's gone. We already wasted it. We can't test it out. We can't go back in time. What we can look at is the other 3 guys. And one thing we're noticing here is something very, very interesting. Figure 8 with very good positioning, 8,000. The centered path. Probably the most surprising one to me, I usually think that this is one of the worst pathways to have, is at 9,600. And this guy only at 8,000, so the wing monkey down here seems to be less effective. So one thing that I'm noticing is that based on positioning, wing monkey may not be the better monkey ace to go for. You may be better off going for a figure infinite or a figure 8, depending on the locale. All right, so we're really relying on our Ooh, look at that. They actually did get that thing. I was thinking we were going to finally rely on our spike factory back here, but nope, not the case. There we go, victorious! All right, let's go into free play here, guys. We're gonna go Operation Darkstorm all across the board here. By the way, I apologize about those 3 monkey aces there. I wish that I got the 4th one in there. I must have run on the money or something stupid while I was trying to build them, and I just didn't get it in time. Yep, my mistake. It also makes me wonder, what about the higher tier things like Spectres and stuff like that? Are they gonna be affected at all? Very intriguing for me, man. Centered Path. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, Centered Path, one thing he's got... Oh, look at that. We're just about to lose on round 63 here. Use her abilities to kind of keep ourselves alive here.
Feel the light.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. Monkey Aces, though, surprisingly, not as good as we might expect on round 63 there. I mean, I guess, you know, Monkey Aces have been sort of a Moab popping power tower for a while now instead of just a Bloon popping power tower. But I didn't realize how bad they are against Bloons until just right now. I mean, I spent a lot of money on these guys. 5K each on these guys and about... at least 5K on these guys, and probably around 5K on these guys as well. So, I don't know, maybe 20, 35, maybe about $40,000 on these guys in total? Wow. Still struggling against round 63. That's wild. That's wild. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that test again, and we're going to check these numbers out one more time here, and notice that, again, the centered path is just the highest. Figure 8 and all that stuff is very close, but no cigar. Get rid of these guys one more time. Let's try it out again. So what I have to do is I have to make sure I get the never miss targeting first before I change their targeting. Otherwise, it gets readjusted in a crappy way, right? All right, so we got all these guys going for ourselves. Now we're going to make sure we get these guys on the right pathways. So we're going to try Figure Infinite on this guy. Let's go Figure 8 on this guy. Let's go Centered Path on this guy and Wing Monkey on this guy. All right, let's try it out. And they're all at roughly, you know, 100 pops or so. So it shouldn't really matter much for our testing purposes. We're talking about thousands of pops in total. But moving on beyond just 3rd and 4th tier Monkey Aces, are they? It doesn't seem like it's going to matter much. I mean, for example, the Spectre. All right, the Spectre's got a homing, heat-seeking, non-stop missile-launching type of attack. How could it possibly get affected by anything? I don't think it can. Unless you just have one Monkey Ace that's closer to the entrance and pops the balloon just a little bit faster, so the other Monkey Aces can't, like, get to it in time. Like, that's the only way that I could think that it would pop actually more balloons. But in that scenario, you'd have to test them out in a very, very special way. You'd have to do you know, a single round against a single Monkey Ace, swap it out, and then swap it out again, and then just see which ones do the best. Whereas with this, doing them all at once, it's going to be who's closest, who can pop them the fastest, who can kind of explode all the entrants all at once, right? And that is something to definitely keep in mind while playing this game, while looking at our testing. So let's look at this. So we've played a couple rounds by now. Centered Path, 9K. Again, still the highest out of all of them. Ridiculous. We've got Wing Monkey, 78, 170. Oh my god, they're like exact. That's crazy. Why is Centered Path so good? Does it change the popping power or something? I don't get it. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. It's far away from the entrance for a long time. You know, look at this guy. I mean, these guys are all right here next to the balloons the entire time. Or Centered Path has to do that giant circle-y oval thing. And keep in mind, Centered Path is different than Circle Path, all right? I'm not testing out Circle Path down here while I am testing out Circle Path down here. Circle Path is a circle from where you are, where you built your Monkey Ace landing pad. But Centered Path is different. It's a circle from the center of the screen. So it makes me wonder if there's some sort of bonus or some sort of buff that you're getting by being on Centered Path compared to the other possible ways that you could do this. Or if maybe it just is popping the balloons better for some reason that I don't fully understand. I mean, you know, all 100% possibilities here. I don't know the answer to this one. All right, let's go for that white-hot spikes here. Woo! Round 76, a tough one here, man. Almost lost the game right there. Luckily, these spikes, dude, coming in very, very sexy for us. Probably not getting as many pops as a lot of other towers, but good protective qualities for us. Kind of good for our experiment. But yeah, I'm already 4th here with Operation Dartstorm, and we still don't see much of a difference between anything, except for some reason, the Wing Monkey seems to be so much better. Is he just closer to the balloons popping those guys? I don't know anymore. Right, round 78 here. Barely staying alive. But we're staying there. So after my minor real-life experiment testing, not sandbox testing, which I think is really, really important to note. Sandbox testing is way different, way different than real-life experimentation like this. It's a lot harder to control the variables. You know, getting the positioning exactly right is obviously a little bit difficult and going to be something that you have to keep in mind here. And you're gonna fight so many different types of balloons. So you're gonna have to deal with ceramics and regen balloons and Moab class balloons and all the different types here, all in different variations and combinations and all this other stuff in a real life example, where instead of doing it on something like always fighting VFBs or always fighting just ceramics in a non-stop equal pattern or something like that, is going to make a pretty big difference for us. Very interesting results overall. I don't really know how to explain them other than it seems to depend a lot on other factors. I don't know what to use yet. I wish that I came to a conclusion here, but I think we need to do more testing with wing monkeys to see if it's really that much better. One thing that I can say is almost for certain, it's not going to hurt you. I think if we tested out monkey aces in a really odd spot like over here, Wing Monkey would 100,000 million% be better than a different figure 8 or something like that over here. So that makes sense. But in that scenario, maybe going for centered path would actually be better, you know, than going for the Wing Monkey over here. That's something you definitely want to keep in mind when you're building your monkey aces. Where do you plan on putting them? Monkey aces are kind of prime real estate if you want to put them right in the middle of the map with a giant landing pad. So positioning them in a real spot can be very, very difficult when you want to put other towers there. But throwing them off in the corner, or throwing them in a spot where maybe you can actually use the village in a way that other towers can't be used, can't fit most of their towers over here, and popping him on a Wing Monkey might make you just play that much better. So while I'm not super duper happy that I don't come to a conclusion by the end of this video, what I can say is that I am glad that I at least know that I'm more confused than I walked in. And that means I need to do more testing, I need to do more thought experiments, and I might need to go into sandbox mode and see what we can do in sandbox mode instead. But for now, I think I'm going to leave you guys at that. We're going to see how long we can survive with our sad little monkey ace army here. And you know what? Let's do it like this. Let's get our final numbers here. We're at 47, 46, 43, very close overall, even with the figure infinite over here in sort of a bad spot. 60k for this guy, so about, what, 25% more, roughly? A little less than 25% more, maybe like 22% more pops on this guy. Where Wing Monkey is almost exactly even with all these other guys over here. Holy crap, we're about to lose this game. All right, let's throw down a quick Sky Shredder and a quick Spectre and see what's gonna happen with these guys. I kind of want to get this guy onto Wing Monkey instead and see how the Spectre is gonna kind of fly around. I almost want to just like study whether or not I think based on looking at him, will he be good or not. So it's actually a little bit difficult to see, but the Spectre is flying around in a very odd pattern right now. If you follow him, he's got the red wings and little blue like butterfly looking things on him. Looks like he's almost got eyes over here. He's flying in very weird patterns. I honestly would say that a Spectre would actually be almost bad to have on a Wing Monkey, because a couple times here he's flying sort of into the Moab class balloons, which is not where you want to be. You want to be a balloon popping power tower if you're a Spectre. So, in my professional opinion, I think it'd be better if you're going to plan on getting a Spectre, putting him closer to the bottom, something like this down here, getting your rapid fire and loads more darts. If you want that extra camera detection, you can get a quick, you know, one of these guys or something like that. That's going to give you that extra popping power that you really, really want, right? But the main thing is going to give you that extra balloon popping power, which is 100% one of the biggest weaknesses of monkey aces. The ability of them to pop not just balloons, but big amounts of grouped balloons. I definitely struggle with that. Alright, so Adora here, only level 16. Let's just sacrifice our thingamabob over here. What are we at now? Level 19, we'll sacrifice one more. Hopefully get us up to level 20 here. Perfect. Alright, so now with the door here up to level 20, we should be able to easily pop these guys and make our way up to round 100. So at this point, I'm not really doing any tests anymore. I'm just kind of watching the gameplay itself. And, oh yeah, if you do a Spectre in the bottom down here, you probably don't want him on center path either. You probably want him on something like Figure Infinite down here. He's always going to be closer to the balloons than he is to the Moab Class balloons because he's got that infinite range. It doesn't matter where he's shooting. That infinite range is automatically going to hit those balloons. So a Spectre in the very back on the bottom or even closer to the exit would actually be a better spot for him. As long as he doesn't go off screen for too long. Oh, we might lose. We did. We lost. Even with all that stuff there, man. I'm honestly surprised. We had like 4 Spectres. We had a freaking Sky Shredder on our team and a bunch of other stuff. But against DDTs, I guess we just still couldn't cut it. But I guess the more you know, man. Monkey Aces, unless you get a lot of buffs on them, might not be enough. Take down those DDT layers right there. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you have not, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.